Just to put it out, Thailand is a very popular destination for Indian weddings.
We were there for work.
I should have guessed that. Hi guys, this is Anand here, back with RNF podcast. Today's episode is called Karwaan. No points for guessing. This one is all about travel. Travel that has become integral to the part of life at RNF. In fact, we even have a fun saying. Our company's first principle was actually free food, free travel and great photos. But jokes apart, travel is something we all love. Travel is something we all do. Travel is something that all our clients do with us. And to dive in what our travel life is like, we have a panel of very interesting guests who have done many countries together. So without any further ado, quick round of introductions to our panel. We have Raju, Dheeraj, Ashwin and Praneet. When you walked in through these doors for the first time, had this at the back of your mind, this is a job in a company that's going to offer this kind of a lifestyle?
When you guys put a job post, it said free food and free travel. That's literally why I joined the company, to be honest. When I stalked you, you were already in Italy shooting a pre-wedding. And I was like, yeah, nothing beats this. And I still remember when I got the offer letter, I was sitting with Anand and I asked Anand, where are you guys traveling next? He said, we're traveling Bali next month. And I said, will you take me if I sign today? He's like, if we agree on it today. And I was like, just bring the paper. I'm going to sign it right now. So with Reels and Frames, I've now traveled more than 15 to 17 countries.
So I think when I joined, I knew that I was going to travel, but I did not know that I'd be traveling like extensively. I've probably traveled to 7-8 countries in the last 4 years. And I have had a ball of a time.
यहाँ पे आने के बाद में जो मैं घूमा हूँ ना, मतलब कि 9 to 10 आई थिंक मैंने इंटरनेशनल ट्रैवल किया है. इतना ज़्यादा खुश होता था मैं कि उदयपुर में मुझे लेके आते थे तो वो फ्लाइट में बैठने को मिलेगा, उदयपुर जा रहा हूँ, राजस्थान जा रहा हूँ.
ये 4 घंटे पहले आया उधर.
But Praneet, did you see the barrage of travel that will come once you enter these doors?
It all started even before I joined. I get a call from, I think you, that we are going to Goa. And I was thinking, okay, probably it's a shoot. I'm supposed to start shooting already. And then he's like, no, it's not for a shoot. We're going on a team trip. Come on. I'm like, I haven't even joined yet. What do you mean come along? That's the first time I met the entire team. About 25 of us.
Yeah.
Packed in a team bus. I get in and everyone's just chilling. And that's my official, unofficial introduction to the entire team. And that's when I knew, I think it's going to be a crazy travel life ahead. And since then, I think it's been about 13, 14 countries abroad, yeah.
What's your motivation behind travel, right? It's understandably a lot of work. You're probably staying away from home. You're probably staying away from family.
Seeing these places firsthand is the number one thing. Meeting new people, good food, always.
I think it's the difference in the culture and, the difference between living there and living here.
Food is a big thing for me. Culture and mindset for sure, because I would say thanks to our field as well, my travel style has also changed a lot, because we get to go to a country or a city multiple times. You get to understand how they function, how it feels to be there. I've also read that people who speak different languages think differently. I've experienced that when I go to different places.
तो मैं जहाँ से बिलोंग करता हूँ ना, तो वहाँ से और मुंबई से बाहर निकलता हूँ तो मुझे अलग ही मतलब एक्सपीरियंस मिलता है. लोगों को ऑब्जर्व करना, वो बात क्या करते हैं, क्योंकि मेरी हिंदी भी उतनी अच्छी नहीं थी. बिहार से हूँ तो उधर का हिंदी बताइए.
वहाँ पे वो बिहारी सॉन्ग लगेगा गाड़ी में तो क्या मजा आएगा, राइट?
हाँ,
वो feel है.
So
as soon as you land in Thailand, that guy is playing rock and music because that culture is rock.
Yeah.
Raju and I, we went to Spiti a couple of months ago and we had our driver, he was a Punjabi, right? We all listen to Punjabi songs, but we all listen to like the top charts. Top charts.
Old
But that guy, he was with us for 6-7 days and the playlist bangers. Absolute bangers. When you travel, you get to learn about music.
वो बोल देता मैं बजा रहा हूँ आप लोग
सुन लो बस.
हाँ,
Get a
हाँ,
button for the
सुनो.
subwoofer, you know, like a red button जो दबाना नहीं होता है.
ये हमारा वो हो गया Snoop Dogg वाला.
Yeah, the bouncer.
Stop it like it's stop it like it's sudden.
If my memory serves me correct, Raju's passport got made because of reels and frames, right?
यहाँ ज्वाइन करने से जस्ट 1.5 या 2 महीने पहले मैंने बनवा तो लिया था क्योंकि मुझे पता था RNF का स्टोरी रहता था, मैं देख रहा था कि सब घूम ही रहे हैं, तुम लोग सब तभी घूम रहे थे, कोई थाईलैंड तो कोई कहाँ, तो मैं बना तो लिया था, बड़े मैं सच में वेट कर रहा था कि मुझे कब लेके जाएंगे, मुझे जाना है, नया नया पासपोर्ट था.
Do you guys remember your first stamp on the passport? Which country was it?
ये मेरा सेकेंड था.
I should have guessed that. Just to put it out for all our
Professional
viewers, Thailand is a very popular destination for Indian weddings. So yes, we have many Thailand passports, but they are all for professional causes.
Yeah, believe us,
Strictly professional.
we were there for work.
Yeah,
I think
There is a
everything
hotel in
I've-
Thailand that we used to go. Dusit in Hua Hin.
Yeah.
वो तो घर बन गया था यार. So we exactly knew how the structure is because
Yeah.
hotels in Thailand are so big that if you have to go from the lobby to, let's say, their beach where most of the events happen, it's a long walk or the buggy. So we exactly knew which room to stay in, so you could just like hop, skip and jump to your location.
When you guys are actually on an assignment, do you actually get to go outside, experience the place that you are in, or you're just so occupied with the assignment that it becomes an in and out routine?
During the event times, we don't get to venture out.
Yeah.
But post the event, if we do not have anything, we probably extend for a day or two.
So you'll make a holiday out of
Yeah.
the work trip.
Yes.
Couple shoot के नाम पे
Yeah.
आधा कंट्री देख लेते हैं हम.
Generally, who decides where to go? Does the client come up with the requirement? Do you present?
It's a bit of both. So sometimes what happens is they say that we want to do domestic or we want to do international, and then we present them with like a mood board of couple of places that we think is perfect with their vibe that we speak of. Or sometimes they're like, oh, we want to do it in Himachal because it's a place that we've always wanted to shoot in or like just visit.
Yeah.
And our couple shoot visits are a lot better because हम तो यार 5 बजे उठते हैं. 5 AM is when we shoot. So we get to see the place almost empty.
Yeah.
Shoot, sometimes we reach also at 5 AM depending upon the geography and the time of the year and all of that. But 5 AM, 5:30 AM, 6 AM, no tourist is there, right? And it's just so beautiful to be
Yeah,
shooting
exactly,
there and
exactly.
traveling there.
So
So it's very-
sometimes we go a day early as well
Yeah.
for a recce.
For a recce.
So we go to all the places that we're going to shoot at. So we get a good idea of how things are
Yeah.
going to look like for the coming 2-3 days.
Getting up at 5 a.m. to be at Dal Lake would be some experience, right?
Yeah.
Or I mean, the kind of places you're saying, does that ever cross your mind that probably it's because of the job that I'm in that I'm seeing a place in a whole different light, pun intended.
I mean, as photographers, as filmmakers,
Like
we
the
always want the
Absolutely.
best time to be shooting. That's number one, right?
I remember when we were in Ladakh, we had a early 6:30 a.m. shoot, and I had an Enfield on me, the Himalayan, and the rest it was around -3, -4 in the morning, and everybody we were all packed, wearing like 3-4 layers, and we were all out. And I had a bike, and I was like, "Subah 4:30 go at around -3, -4 degrees. I'm riding through Ladakh, totally empty roads. These guys are at the back in an Innova, probably 6 people, and I'm leading the pack on the bike. It is surreal,
That
crazy
must be
experience.
Crazy.
And this is you at work, okay?
Yeah,
That's him at
exactly,
work
exactly.
at this point of time. I mean, we
Right? Do you feel FOMO that, I wish
There
this was a
again.
different situation?
Always. Always. I mean, we did talk about the glamorous part where sometimes we decide pre-hand that we want to stay a couple of days extra here. There have been times where we've gone to beautiful countries, for example, Turkey, and it was so cut to cut. 3 days we shoot the wedding, but I remember we had to come back to Kolkata, I guess, the next day. Those times you're like, wish I had at least another afternoon, at least another evening where I could have just stayed and watched the sunset or the beautiful Bosphorus River. So that always happens. Even if it's domestic, where you're staying at these beautiful properties, but you're never in the hotel room.
Yeah.
You're always out in the field shooting.
Oh,
And there's a bathtub
yes.
there just waiting for you.
Total real thing. The bathtub to never gets
Yeah.
used.
I think 9 out of 10 times it
That's
never
a
gets
total
used.
FOMO, huh.
Fanciest hotel room that you've stayed in?
Mardan
Like
Palace.
fanciest hotel.
Mardan Palace.
I have a list.
There are a few, but
To
I
top
think
it off is Mardan
It
Palace.
has to be like one. So I'll let you pause.
That's
But it has to be one.
Can I name three?
Okay, I'll let you name two.
This
Listen,
Max
bro.
Kremer in
Antalya.
Turkey, Antalya.
Yeah.
Amazing property. Max Kremer is something else. Yeah, there Sharjah Los Potega, so you know where that goes. Turkey, as a culture, 5-star hotels, everything is on the house.
Yeah.
There was a chocolate factory in Mardan. Inside the hotel, there's a chocolate factory. So Turkey is in another league, and Emirates Palace is also
Emirates
a
Palace.
crazy
Emirates
thing.
Palace.
I remember entering, and I thought the water is free. I was just about to open it. I don't remember who it was. He snatched it from my hand and said, "Bhai, वो gold plated water है."
Huh.
And it was an edible gold water.
Huh.
But I
Right.
have a
So
funny
if you
story.
ever have gold deficiency in your body, you know where to. Discussing the best hotels that you've ever stayed in. So Mardan Palace has been
Max
a
Kremer,
running
Emirates-
favorite.
Max Kremer, Emirates Palace for me.
and Emirates Palace. Interesting. Raju?
And Muscat Jumeirah. तो वो बहुत अच्छा था.
Oh, beautiful
Yeah,
property.
so big
I
property.
am
I think-
FOMO मुझे वहाँ
Yeah.
पे था that I was not on that project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that was the
तो stay
first
किए थे
wedding
वहाँ
that we did, I think, Jumeirah mein Muscat, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think we've shot in Muscat
First wedding
before,
in the
but
No, the property
The
did the
property.
first
yeah, the
wedding.
property of
The one
course.
that we did.
Oh, that was the property's first
First
wedding?
wedding,
Wow,
yeah.
It was the
that's
property's first
And it's a
wedding.
new property by the bay. Like when you go to Muscat, you won't think
Please.
there's something
But
like
Anand,
this.
we've done a lot of ऐसे firsts. Oberoi जो हमने किया था, the youngsters party was the first time. We did it in Ajman, Oberoi or something. That was also the first. And
Even Doha, right?
Taj, when it was called Kukas, JW Marriott, that
Huh.
was also the first wedding.
yeah, of
Doha.
course.
Even Aravali.
Really?
Once Aravali.
Phil's we did the first wedding.
Oh, really?
Ashwin and Diana. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
हाँ वो
Yeah,
भी
we did a lot
अच्छा.
of firsts. हाँ.
Which
We've been the lucky charm
Yeah.
for
of hotels.
so
Lot of
many
people, yeah.
properties.
We're the trend.
All these hotels are still running successfully. ठीक है, तो हमारा
Oh, no,
booking
they're
चल
killing
रहा है.
it.
Raffles
Killing
is
it,
huge
huh?
now.
One of the early ones that comes to mind is Four Seasons Manama Bay in Bahrain. And this was this was Shloka's sister's wedding, Dia's. And I remember now Four Seasons is like anywhere it is. It's bound to be one of the premier properties. It's bang in the middle of Bahrain Bay, and I've been given this room. I walk in, and probably for the first, maybe even the last time, I saw Hermes beddings, right? So I didn't even know that Hermes makes beddings, right? And I'm seeing like Versace and Hermes, and it's like a showroom almost of branded stuff. And I open the window. It's a beautiful view. It's on the high floor, maybe somewhere in the 40s.
Wow.
And thinking to myself, wow, this is going to be a great stay. That was the last time I saw that room in daylight. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep each night. I could not care if it was Hermes. At that point, I just needed that sleep. And I just came back. But that said, it still doesn't take from the experience that you have, right? I would like to know from each of you, what's your style of travel?
Backpacking all the way. When I'm solo traveling, I'm out and about all the time. Like catching the 5 a.m. sunrise, sitting at a river at sunset, just catching a drink at late at night, just going out. If you're tired, just sleep through the day, whatever it is. It's always fun.
Let's do a trip together. I like that vibe of yours.
So he is
But
actually
that's
my
the
trip planner.
is the antithesis of what he wants. He wants to be a solo traveler.
But
So you can take his
so, +1 for me, actually, I prefer more than
Similar
3-4 people.
vibe.
+1 is okay for me
+1.
because it's easier to handle. Because you can always, okay, today let's do what I want. Tomorrow we'll do what you want. Works.
That's the thing about traveling together is because we've traveled so many cities, right?
Yeah.
We literally know each other's day-to-day routines.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know who snores a lot. We know who needs a morning alarm clock. We know who will wake up for breakfast, who will not. To us know each other so much that even though we are solo backpackers, हम अगर travel कर लिए साथ में, it pretty much vibes because we know
Yeah.
कब उठना है, कब सोना है, कौन कैसा है.
मैं तो बहुत बार अगर प्रणीत या इनके साथ धीरज के साथ अगर ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ तो मुझे फूड का टेंशन नहीं होता है क्योंकि मुझे बोलना भी नहीं पड़ता है, मतलब जो मंगाना है वहाँ ले, उसके आइटनरी जहाँ लेके जाना है लेके जा, अच्छे जगह पे लेके जाएगा.
So I've realized in our profession that you'll get ample food, you'll get ample creative juices, coverage, photos, and videos. One thing that you will never get is sleep.
Yeah. Cycle on shoot is so right? We just don't realize what time is morning, what time is evening, what time is night. तो वो इधर का बातें इधर चल रहा है, इधर का बातें उधर चल रहा है, तो समझ में नहीं आता कि शादी खत्म हो गई है कि शादी चालू होने वाली है अभी. तो
मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ है. My mom picked up the call and she said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm in Mumbai." Then after 2 days, she called me and said, "When are you leaving Mumbai?" I said, "Arey, I'm actually in Udaipur." And after 2 days, she called me and said, "When are you back from Udaipur?" I said, "I'm actually in Thailand right now." So ये हुआ है मेरे साथ.
I remember on my own what day of the week it is, and I come up with blanks. You just get so engrossed.
Yeah. It's
But
happened a lot.
how do you manage to be around your kids while you're traveling? And एक attendance तो देना जरूरी है, especially when they are growing up कि भाई I'm there. I'm the
Yeah, I
family.
think for the first with the first kid, right? For the first, I'm sure 3 years. Whenever I used to come back from work travel is good enough, right? You're taking like close to 100 flights a year. So whenever I'd come back, my kid would have that look on his face. I think my mom is having an affair with this guy. I'm pretty sure. If only I could speak properly, I would tell the world.
My dog just doesn't care anymore. Okay.
Yeah.
Dogs are known for greeting you when you enter.
Yeah, like wagging the tail,
Wagging
licking
the
you.
tail and on you. And now this trip, right, after I came after 3 weeks, I opened the door, she looked at me. इसका तो आना जाना रहता है. And she just walked away. Same day, my sister comes only after 8 hours from work and she's all over her. So she's given up on me. इसको तो पता है कि 6 महीना होता नहीं है घर पे. So for me, there's no
At least, I
understanding. My
hope you
dog
at
is
least
a
got
cat.
a good dog treat from wherever you were traveling.
Yeah. Bowl is actually from Denmark.
हाँ.
But हाँ, फसी ईटर है वो भी. बहुत इंडियन है तो बाहर का खाना नहीं खाती.
So everyone has that one travel story which they are discussing with
Controversial
their.
are allowed.
Absolutely, go completely. No strings attached. We will you will beep everything out that we can't use. What's your that travel story?
हैदराबाद में हुआ था कोविड के टाइम पे 15 दिन मेरे को हो चुके थे
15 दिन एक होटल.
हाँ एक ही होटल में
I know this.
या आईटीसी कोहिनूर था वो एंड बहुत ही अच्छा प्रॉपर्टी बड़ा सा बालकनी था तो वहाँ खड़े होकर रात को साउथ इंडियन मूवी शूट चलती थी हमारे बालकनी के सामने एक रोड था और रात को खाली रहता था पूरा तो वहाँ पे मूवी शूट चल रहा है साउथ का पूरा चिल्ला रहे हैं माइक लगा के हम बालकनी में खड़े होकर देख रहे हैं
वो रेफ्यूजी एरिया था वहाँ पे
Yeah.
हमारा स्पीकर और ग्लासेस थे. By the fourth day we would keep it there only and the hotel staff realized because they knew our checkout date is 1 week later. तो वो हमारा एरिया हो गया था. So in the night we would just come, press the button and start the music. But I have a very interesting वो मुन्ना भाई में जो डायलॉग है ना when मुन्ना भाई gets a call that he's become a doctor, तो he picks up the call and goes, क्या भाई
नानावती हॉस्पिटल आ रहे लाओ लीलावती हॉस्पिटल जा रहे लाओ
Same, this guy I called. So somebody fell ill after that project. So he had to switch. So I
Yeah.
called him and I said, "Hey, where are you?" He said, "A car is booked for me and I'm checking into ITC." I said, "Great." 2 days later, what are you doing? Checking out of ITC. अच्छा कहाँ जा रहा है? Checking into Taj. मैं बोला भाई क्या लाइफ जी रहा है तू? You have a chauffeur for you. You're getting out of an ITC, checking out of an ITC, checking into a Taj, यार.
For me, I think it's gonna be Italy only because I'm a huge petrol head. I got to go to the Ferrari factory and the Lamborghini factory as well. Ferrari, I went to Maranello and the whole town is red. It was something very surreal for me. I've never imagined a city to.
Do they have Ferrari taxis? Please tell me.
So they've kept
No.
there are a lot of shops which have Ferraris that you can take on rent and drop it back after a couple of hours.
We did that in a couple shows, na? It was Ferrari or Porsche?
It was a Ferrari.
Ferrari,
Oh, nice.
It was a Ferrari in Paris.
Paris.
In Paris. I remember I went to Naples. Naples is only about Maradona. I think he played for the club Naples and Napoli FC. Even the smallest shop that you have has a small photo of Diego Maradona.
I think.
Am I allowed to say the one where we took a holiday when the wedding never happened?
You can, of course.
I can. Really hectic wedding in Udaipur. 3 days. I remember it had that Game of Thrones theme sangeet. So that wedding happened in the middle of the night, 3 a.m. in the morning. We have a red eye flight to catch directly to Thailand. And in between, the event planner had told me, I asked him, what about the visas? He said, don't worry, there will be a few slots at the immigration where only wedding guests are loud. We are really tired. We need to sleep. We reached Thailand 3 days before because we are doing a couple shoot. And there are no counters like that there. Then I suddenly get a call. It lasts only 10 seconds. And the person says, the XYZ person from XYZ's family has got deported from Thailand. He cuts the call. And I tell Anand, यार ये situation है. Anand is like, return कब की है? Like, return 4 दिन बाद है. क्या करें? रहेंगे Thailand 4 दिन. So yeah, in the middle of doing a 3-day wedding, we now suddenly we're doing a 3.5-day holiday in Thailand. We were forced to do that, but yeah,
we had
3.5
no, we didn't have too much currency on us. We had no clue where we'll stay. Obviously, we were famished by then because we hadn't eaten on the flight and all. And I'm just frenetically calling whoever I can, whoever I know in Bangkok. We end up staying in Bangkok for 3 days. And because the return flight, again, you know, if you add up the expense, it was just turning out we might as well stay kind of a decision. This is not the craziest part of the story, right? It gets better. On the last day, when you're flying back from Thailand, and we get a call back saying, hey, hi, this is the client speaking from Bombay. I'm like, oh, wow, we've been trying to reach you for 3 days. Where have you been? It's like, what time's your flight back? I'm like, the same flight that you booked for us. Great, you know, when you land, we decided we'll have the wedding in ISKCON. Why don't you come by and we'll just shoot the wedding? Like, hold on, what? Why? Are you for real? Is this happening? We actually landed, went to ISKCON, shot the wedding that was supposed to be in Thailand. In the 400 people destination wedding in Thailand, only 12 people from Reels and Frames ever actually made it.
Crazy.
yeah, but पाप धुल गए हमारे साथ.
So mine was a very do and die situation kind of story. We were in South Africa. It was already like, I think, 5-6 days of traveling to every part of Cape Town. And there was this one location we all wanted to go to. It is about 6 hours from the main city. It's this huge national park with a certain kind of flowers that only bloom around the time of August or September, right?
This
We
sounds
planned.
like that episode of, you know, one of those National Geographic episodes.
Yeah.
And there in the wild,
It got to that.
This is the story of our changing planet.
on the cliff.
It's almost like that. We planned the entire couple shoot around this thing, so we had to make it, right? We had 2 cars and we were all in the 4x4. We reach a point, it's sort of like a dirt road because it's a national park. Somewhere in the middle, we end up getting our car stuck. Now, mind you, we've already been traveling for a couple of hours inside that national park. We've not seen a single habitat around us for the last 2-3 hours, not seen a car pass by, and there is no way out. We've not eaten since the morning. There is no cell signal. And everyone's panicking. We're all trying to push the car out of the dirt road. It's a 4x4, it's still stuck. And everyone thought we are gonna die at that point because we've not seen anyone pass by in the 3-4 hours. And it's getting dark. So everyone's like, oh yeah, this is the last say your goodbyes.
At least you have everyone's last photo.
Yeah.
Well captured.
Yeah.
What is your experience of Namaka land?
One hell of an adventure. I think an hour into this, our groom to be is like, I'm gonna run to the nearest town. And we're like, it's not for the another 100 kilometers. Where are you gonna go?
Shit.
And there's no cell reception. So if you go get lost, we're not able to find you. Finally able to take the car out. And I was the one driving. As soon as the car got out, I've gone. I'm not stopping. I'm out of the way, trying to take it out as far as possible where there's no dip so that I'm on a flat land. And these guys are just running behind, cheering, yay, 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 we're out, we're alive.
Travel to survival हो गया ये.
But this actually ends in a good note because that unknown location, the tree that we've been finding, we are on our way out to the highway and it starts raining. On the left, someone points, hey, that looks similar. And we see it's that exact tree that we've been seeing covered in like fog with flowers blooming around it. And we've been told you can't see the flowers if it rains. So we've taken a picture of the couple. It's raining, it's cold, I think it's -2, -1 degrees.
Wow.
Taken a picture and we are on our way out.
Wow.
So it
And
ends on a good note.
All
Happy that we've survived and gotten the picture in the end.
lovely. All's well when it ends well के बदले तुम्हारा होगा ऐसा. Either it ends well or we end.
Yeah, it was one of those situations.
when we shoot at these places, such beautiful places, does the place really matter?
Because it definitely adds up.
Yeah,
for
for sure.
sure.
Yeah.
Because if you add a background to any beautiful thing, looks beautiful. So a variety of weddings we've done. We've even done one in a court, one in a house, in someone's living room. I think it's always going to be beautiful when they emote it. But yeah, it definitely adds up if it's in the middle of a mountain or on a beach, for sure.
Have you ever missed a flight, by the way?
Yeah.
Before you...
Never.
Very similar.
I'm very
Work-related,
proud of
never.
that
मैं
fact
तो
that I've never.
बच ही गया हूँ बस
Same here.
actually.
That's the day I almost missed it.
I'm now at Six Sigma. So for the longest time in front of everyone at RNF, I'd hold my head high and say, you know, I've done more than 1,000 flights, never missed it. And that's the kind of discipline okay, I mean, something to brag about, right? And then you miss that one flight, which still puts you in one out of, say, 1,000 flights, right? Still ridiculously low number, right? Six Sigma accuracy. But now you are that guy. You missed a flight.
We missed
The guy who missed a flight. So for the next section of this episode, as a closer section, I have a quiz for our panel here. In my hand, I'm holding, they can't see it, I'm holding some pictures that are from places that we have been at Reels and Fames. So I'm going to show them these pictures one by one, and they are supposed to guess what that place is. The buzzer, as always, remains RNF. Should be.
Yes,
So
let's go for it.
Yup.
I'm just gonna
Do
show
we
it.
do we get any prizes for?
Yeah. You get any prizes?
I know
He's
the
already
price.
sponsoring our shadis, yeah.
First one.
RNF,
I don't know.
Ashwin.
Vietnam.
No,
What? It's Amsterdam.
it's Amsterdam.
Yes.
I've taken pictures that are not from our trip, otherwise it will be too easy.
Yes.
Right? Ready? So question 2, right? Again, hands on the buzzer. Hands on the buzzer, guys. On your buzzer and not hands on other person's buzzer. Right? 1, 2, 3. No one said the name. I just said,
I did it. I can see
yeah,
it, right?
no.
Isn't it Disneyland?
It's Disneyland. You are next up, right? This will be a toughie, but if you remember the wall at RNF, this is the location.
RNF.
That's Pranit.
Italy, Positano.
No,
Hey,
I know this.
sorry
I know
to-
this. RNF. It's Cinque Terre.
it's Cinque Terre.
Shivani.
I put it there because you know
Very close.
Positano, south of Italy, looks
It
very
looks,
close
yeah,
to
very
this,
similar.
But this was almost a decade. I think exactly a decade ago, 2014, and I had seen this place. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site kind of a thing. It's a collection of 5 villages in the northeast coast of Italy, northwest coast of Italy. They're called Cinque Terre. 5 villages.
That's the only place you shot at.
That's. I mean, we did shoot at Venice as well, but again, this one really tops the experience. Like Venice is something you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
This is unreal. You're standing in a postcard,
Easy.
right? And I was shooting, so I get to shoot people standing in a postcard, right? All right, next one, right? So this is for the camera and
RNF.
Ashwin.
Thailand.
No,
What? Everybody
Bali?
Thailand, right?
Bali is correct.
Yay!
Next one.
RNF.
RNF.
That's Pranit.
Maldives.
Maldives, right? Like getting to shoot pre-wedding shoots and weddings in Maldives, that's unreal. I mean, more people should do it if Maldives starts to, welcome us like they used to before. But
I asked the bride if we are in if we are staying in the same hotel, and she said, "Oh, we've booked the island."
yeah,
The whole island was booked for that wedding.
save the easiest for the last. Right?
Yo.
Mumbai hai kya?
So,
Oh, wait.
and 3, 2, 1.
Japan.
RNF.
He didn't pick the buzzer.
Mine. Japan.
तेरा पहले का तो
Sorry,
cancel
sorry.
है. Fuji.
That's
now-
Mount Fuji and that's cherry blossom.
Cherry blossom.
I have a tattoo.
You have a cherry blossom tattoo, and this is, by the way, this was one of my favorite couple shoot. The couple is from Bombay. Big shout out to Yuvraj and Riya if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Cherry blossom is, it's a very specific time of the year. I didn't want to shoot cherry blossom in your Tokyo or Kyoto or Osaka, right? Again, very predictable. So we took a bus to a place called Matsumoto province. And we show up at this park and, imagine a regular public park in India, like a hanging garden. But now imagine all you see is, instead of green, white, pinks, purples. it's the trees are just heavy, laden with the cherry blossom till wherever your eyes can see. And it was nothing but a public park. So you have your corn dog station, you have candy floss, people putting up a mat,
Wow.
and you are on the picnic of your life.
Crazy.
No, right? I cried a little.
Why?
And that was how we spent the entire day. So, with that, we come to the end of RNF Podcast's episode of Caravan. Today, we discussed the kind of places we travel to, but more importantly, the kind of travel experiences we come back with. If you've been liking RNF Podcast so far, do give us a shout out on YouTube. We are live there. And see you in the next episode.
I'm starting a GoFundMe for Travel Japan 2024, Pranit. Please donate.
All right. Would like to know what's your kind of music.
Someone from the outside would listen to my Shah playlist, they would just go, this guy is totally mental.
It could be a classical by Anushka, it's one of my favorites.
I'm a big East Coast guy. He's just standing there and doing this. He has the tattoo. We just connected.
All time favorite song.
That's
All
the
time
song
favorite
for
band,
him.
Luminous, by the way.
Just imagine Anand singing Tu Hi Re Far Garima.
This whole process of making a song, just out of curiosity, how long does it take?
It's such a thing that if it clicks, it clicks. The guy who composed the music, his name is Anurag Dhondial. When the crescendo is hitting, when the bride's meeting the groom, my eyes lit up.
Too.
That moment, we thought this is how it is. The song is called Ishq Rang.